Hi, it's Jono again from ACS Custom with iSing magazine. In-ear monitoring is wearing earplugs to get your monitoring mix so you can hear yourself and other members of the band during a rehearsal or more likely on a live performance or a gig. You can buy off the shelf in-ear monitors which come with the drivers. Obviously the thing that's actually making the sounds are like little earbud speakers, but it comes with a generic bud that can fit in anybody's ears. You can buy these off the shelf, that's fine, but what you should really be looking at is a custom moulded either sleeve or integrated custom moulded in-ear monitor system that actually is bespoke for your ear. Now what's the advantage of this is actually it's custom moulded for your ears and your ear canals, so it'll actually fit, a perfect fit into your ears. Now what's the benefits of this is that it actually will give you complete isolation for your drivers in your ears, so it'll actually block out any other sound, which is kind of what you want, so you can actually focus on getting a good monitor mix. Also that the in-ear sleeve, custom moulded sleeve, will fit up in the auditory canal just before the second bend. Now this is really important because obviously where the cartilage is in your head, where the hole is that goes through your skull into where your tympanic membrane is, the eardrum and the middle ear, obviously it's important that the custom moulded sleeve sits in the ear canal up to this point. Otherwise you do get the vibration in the skull having an effect on the actual sleeve itself. So it's quite important. Who should use in-ear monitors? I think everybody involved in music. If you need to hear yourself or a monitor mix, it's the best way to get a high fidelity, perfect monitor mix. And also you're protecting your hearing at the same time. Because you are isolated and you can get a particular monitor mix and sound level, you're not going to have the sound levels high enough to damage your hearing over long periods of time. So it's really important. And one thing that a lot of musicians and singers find is that on stage you are getting the best monitor mix anywhere on the stage. You probably know that you've got fold back monitor wedges and backline. The on-stage sound and also the acoustics of the venue can have a massive effect on the on-stage sound. And also as you move around the stage as well, you might be standing nearer to the drummer or downstage, further to the front of the stage or to the stage left, stage right. With in-ear monitoring, you get your perfect monitor mix anywhere on stage. Now, how does it work? Basically, it's earphones like you have with your Walkman or your iPhone. Sorry, that's dating me very much. But your iPhone or your iPod or whatever. And what this is basically a set of earphones that has a custom sleeve on it. And it goes down to a plug, the same as it does for your iPod or iPhone. This plugs into a wireless receiving pack, which receives the signal from the monitor desk or the front of house desk, so you can actually get a monitor mix sent to you. Now you don't really have to be techie to use this, it's more really down to your monitor engineer or your sound engineer to be dealing with all of that, but you will need a wireless belt pack to go with your in-ear monitors. So basically from the mixing desk, whether that's the front of house mixing desk or the monitor desk that's on the side of the stage, a signal, your monitor mix from the desk is sent to a transmitting system like a wireless microphone. It will transmit that system to a belt pack, which will then actually plugs in your in-ear monitors, plug into that, and then you will hear that monitor mix. So it's completely wireless. So you don't really have to be techie, it's more about your sound engineer giving you the monitor mix that you want. But it's brilliant because if you want if your sound engineer can do 3, 4, 6, 8-way monitor mixes, that's brilliant because what you want to hear as a singer may be completely different from the bass player or the drummer. Okay, so you get a perfect monitor mix, and also you get in that isolation as well, which is protecting your hearing. Some musicians, especially singers, will be aware of something called the occlusion effect, which is, we spoke about it in the last issue, where if you stick something in your ear, it's all muffled and you sound like you're talking or singing in your head. Now you will get this more so with in-ear monitors, but it's designed to be used so you are getting a mix of your voice coming back into your ears. So you are still hearing what you're actually singing into the microphone. So what you're singing into the microphone, more so than the acoustic environment around you, is coming back in your monitor mix. Now obviously your sound engineer can mix that in so there's more of you than maybe the rest of the instruments in the band. So obviously it won't have any effect on your intonation, because you will still be hearing yourself, but I must stress, it is down to the monitor mix that you get from your sound engineer. That's really, really important. What ACS has just launched is a new product which you may have a chance to win in the next edition, is the T1 Lives. These are a triple driver in-ear monitor, but they've actually got little microphones in them, so you can actually mix your ambient sound around you, your on-stage sound, into your monitor mix. So you've got the monitor mix coming back to you from the sound desk, which is the guitar, bass, drums, keyboards, whatever levels you want those, plus your voice, so what you're getting coming through from the microphone, but also you can actually mix your on-stage sound as well, so you can hear acoustically your voice, but also what's around you. We're finding a lot of professional singers and artists are using these if they've got acoustic instruments on stage as well. Elbow do this where they have maybe a small string ensemble on stage. So Guy Garvey is obviously wanting to hear a little bit of that, not necessarily in the monitor mix, but to actually feel the sound more acoustically and naturally on stage. You can actually mix these in with a T1 Live. They're going to be an amazing breakthrough, because in-ear monitors you've had to rely on the sound engineer giving you the mix that you need in your in-ear monitors, but with the T1 Live you're going to be able to mix your own ambient sound in your monitors yourself, which is going to be amazing. If you've not used in-ear monitors before, it can be a bit of a strange experience. Because you are obviously sticking things into your ears and you're getting that occlusion effect, like you're singing in your head. This is where the monitor mix, or the mix that you're getting back into your earphones, is very important. Your sound engineer, or if you're in a smaller ensemble doing it yourself, that mix is very important. So you make sure you get enough level of your own voice in your in-ear monitors, so you can actually hear yourself properly, and it won't affect your attenuation or your dynamic control with your singing. Now, this is not just relying on a sound engineer, with a touring band, or sort of more high level sort of work. I've been working with a lot of sort of semi-professional duos that go out doing the clubs and pubs, and they're using in-ear monitors now because it's brilliant, because you get a perfect monitor mix. And also they're protecting their hearing at the same time, and they're just doing it with a little mixer to the side of the stage, but it is important to get that mix right, so you might have to experiment a little bit with that. With regards to what type of drivers or earphones you get, obviously ACS, we actually do 3 custom moulded types of in-ear monitors: a single driver, which is like having a single speaker in there, a dual driver, which is like having a woofer and a tweeter, like in a set of speakers, a big speaker and a small speaker, so you get a better dynamic response. Or the T1s, which actually are triple drivers, which is 3 speakers, so they're very high fidelity. Now they're obviously moulded into the actual earbud itself, but you can actually have sleeves made for your ears, custom moulded sleeves, that you can buy your own drivers. So if you prefer to use, say, Shaw or Sennheiser make their own earphones, in-ear monitor drivers, you can actually have your custom moulded sleeves made so they actually fit your particular drivers. It's up to you. As I said, you can buy the drivers or the in-ear earphones off the shelf with a generic kind of Christmas tree kind of bud, but a lot of those just come off like this one here, and then you just insert it into your custom moulded sleeves. Are they expensive, in-ear monitors? Well, It depends how much you want to pay for your budget, or obviously the more you pay, the better the quality of the unit. The bottom of the range, you can buy off-the-shelf ones for anything sort of £100, £150. ACS actually do the T15 drivers for £150. They come with a generic earbud, but if you then wanted sleeves, you can then get sleeves made for them, specifically for your ears, custom moulded sleeves, which are £120. What you can do with those, the actual Pro Series hearing protection, which have a filter in them, which we talked about on the last issue, which obviously is for hearing protection, reducing the sound pressure levels. If you take the filters out of the ACS Pro Series custom moulded hearing protection, the T15, their drivers will actually fit into those sleeves, so you're kind of getting 2-for-1 products. The professional end of the range, you've got the T3s, T2s and T1s, single driver, double driver or triple driver, and they start at £250, and then up to the T1 and T1 Lives you're looking at £700, plus then the additional belt pack for mixing in the ambient sound as well. So it is quite expensive, but to be fair, if you contact your ACS agent, a lot of them will be doing deals, and also if you've bought any other hearing protection products from ACS before, they're more than likely to do you sort of a major discount. So how do you buy a set of custom moulded in-ear monitors? Well, there's a few companies that do make them, but one of the best in the country, if not in the world, is ACS Custom, specifically for the music industry and pro audio. Most of the major artists all use ACS in-ear monitors. All the X Factor guys do, U2, everybody basically, Katy Perry. How do you get a hold of a set? Well, basically, as in the last issue when we talked about custom moulded hearing protection, you need an impression done of your ear, which we will show you how that's done. Contact an agent through ACS, go on their website, acscustom.com, click on your location anywhere in the world, and they will point you to an agent who can come and give you a one-off consultancy, plus take the impressions of your ears. As I said in the last issue about hearing protection, your ears continue to grow for your entire life. So after 4 years, your ears will have changed shape. So it's good to actually have your impressions done every 3 to 4 years. ACS Custom in-ear monitors, if you've got a set of Pro Series hearing protection with the filters that you take out and use a set of T15 in-ear drivers, obviously you can have any colour you like, because the drivers fit obviously into the sleeve. But with the T series, the T1s, T2s and T3s, because the actual cable is inserted into the actual sleeve itself, you can only actually have smoke or a clear colour, because you need to actually be able to see the actual cable going into the plug itself. Actually, with the classic series, T series, you can actually have, when they're actually moulded completely into the actual unit, you can actually again have any colour you like, even flesh colour if you like, so you don't want to be seen on stage, or a fluorescent pink. It's probably going to be governed by your budget, really. Obviously there's lots of reviews in the sort of pro audio media, and obviously just Google in-ear monitors, you'll probably find there's a lot of reviews online. What you're really looking for is it's got to suit your pocket, but also you want the best product for your money. Obviously more expensive ones have better quality drivers and earphones, so obviously the clarity is going to be better. So it may be, you know, if you're working in a loud rock environment where it's not necessarily important to have a high fidelity kind of earphone, you may only just want single drivers. Whereas if you're working in music that's more subtle and at various different volumes, a twin driver or a triple driver might be more important for you.